So when I was getting ready to put into my 1992 650 TS carb back in it after rebuilding it, I noticed it was the 38mm carb and my 650 SX had the 28. So I figured I would slap this thing in the stand-up and see how it runs with that. So I just want to make a quick video of me doing that. The only thing that needs to be done is both manifolds for some reason on my 1990 650 SX and my 1992 were 28mm pass-throughs or ports. So this one I had bored out and I had epoxied over my oil port. So wish it wasn't so blurry for you guys, but yeah, it's a little wallered. I was using some carbide bits and some sanding cones, but the main thing is that once this carb is bolted back on here, there's no lip it has to step through, whereas this one, there's a fair lip about the whole circumference of it. So after you bore this out so you can get a straight through shot, you'll need a special 38mm gasket. And also, for getting these carbs to work right, you'll notice that I have the throttle on the left, and then on this one, throttle on the right. So for the stand-up, it comes with this bracket that mounts to the right side of the engine right here and puts the cable on this side. So I also took my 650 TS throttle bracket, put it over here. I have it just about maxed out pulling it in. Yep, sorry about that. So I was able to get my TS throttle bracket on here, putting it on the left side. And because it was over here previously, getting it over here wasn't an issue. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but the throttle cable was originally behind the gas tank, and now I just have it kind of draping down the side and then through here. So now this fits up no issues, and it's ready for the carb to bolt on. The other nice thing about this carb swap is that the bolts line up on the manifold between the 28 and the 38mm carb. So I got this thing all mounted up. You can see my throttle cable set up on the aft side. I see. Alright, with the spark arrestor plate on, the other thing I wanted to show you is this primer line that I have drilled a hole in the side and fed it through, so it's like a nice snug fit. So it dumps gas right there in the butterfly. Man, that thing is awesome. Aside from that, obviously we can reuse all the old fuel lines because they're still all in the same general spot, so they'll just bolt right up and then it's ready for firing up.
We interrupt this program to bring you
Alright, first ride with the new carb in it. Hopefully she starts off. Connor just left. I need that for my trailer later. I don't know if you can see, a little bit stormy out. Come on, come on. me see how she wants to start after warming up a bit. This will kind of tell me how the pop off is. Just give me a little indication of how it's set. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just let Connor get on mine. I'm on his.
We interrupt this program to bring you
This tail is like already slower out of the dig. It's like it's got a smaller pump. It's like what it feels like.
Got a big house, came with an elevator. Her niggas ain't eat, fucking tell them later. All they say is true when I say okay. If you want that bullshit, then I'm like, okay. I don't care what you say, so don't even speak. Your girlfriend a freak like Cirque du Soleil. That's word to my flag, and my flag red. I'm out of my head, bitch, I'm out of my mind. From the bottom of my climb, you ain't hotter than mine. Nope, not on my time, and I'm not even trying. What's poppin', slime? Nothing five. And if they trippin', fuck on five. I ain't got no time to shuck and jive. These niggas this sweet as pumpkin pie. So I can spike on a private flight, bitch. I've been tight since God in life. And my pocket's right, and my diamonds right, and my mama's nice, and my dad is dead. You fag and scared, cause I'm too wild. Been here for a while, I was like, fuck trial. I would sit down, I'm so young money. If you got eyes, look at me now, bitch.
All right, just got it back. Kind of wanted to make some closing thoughts on it. I don't know how well, I haven't looked at the old footage from the water, but I wanted to talk about like how this thing felt with the new carb. And honestly, if you're thinking about doing it and you have the spare parts, I highly recommend it. It's pretty awesome. It really makes this ski feel like it's got a lot more kick like out of the hole, and it feels like you can really grab the water off of like right out of the dig. My buddy's ski where he's got the 28 mil carb, and that one, it's like really nice too, but right out of that punch and then through like mid throttle is like where you can really tell the difference. I mean, it feels like top speed's the same, and his carb's probably a little bit better tuned. Speaking of which, I got another clip, I'm not sure I'm gonna have in this video or not, where I'm looking at the pop-off pressure on this. And this one was getting 21 PSI of pop-off. So I think I might try and raise that to 25 or so and see how that treats me with like a, I don't know, it was like the half lower, it was like the lower throttle all the way to half and then kind of cleared up once it got up to speed. You'll see the clips of, well, you've already seen the clips of it, where it kind of felt like it was like this on the throttle and then finally like clears wide open. I think it was because the pop-off was a little bit low, making it a tad rich on that transition to full speed. So like I said, I'm gonna try and get the pop-off pressure a little bit higher and see what that does for me. As far as this car goes, man, it was just take this manifold, bore it out to get it like a nice open blow through clearance by boring it out, and then this thing bolts right on. And then if you can get the TS carb, just get the TS throttle plate and that thing bolts right up, and then you have, it's all bolt on, so it's like super easy to do. I think at some point I have an extra Mikuni carb. I'm gonna see how the Mikuni runs on this, but for that the bolt pattern's different on the intake, and it's kind of a little more involved. So I might make a video where I put a Mikuni on here at some point and then compare the Mikuni to this 28, or sorry, this 38. But I have a suspicion that it's just going to be down to the better tuned carb at that point. And then that's really all it's going to be, is a fight between which one's tuned better. At least for me, being kind of unexperienced. So yeah, I put a primer line in here. I took out my choke plate because this one didn't have a choke cable. So in my opinion, like the primer is like the best thing on any two-stroke for troubleshooting, because even the choke, you just end up pouring a little splash of, you know, premix down the intake to see if it fires over anyway. So that's why I like the primer. I guess I don't have much else to say on it. I mean, it's pretty fun when you're doing slides and then you're trying to get it to hook back in and like throttle out. It's really nice having that extra power down low. I feel like that's where I really notice it the most, is like mid-slide you can really throttle out of that hole. Where on the 28, it just feels like, it feels kind of like a CVT, where it's like, you know, it's revving, but it's just not like grabbing the water and like rubber bandy. It feels like it's spinning, but it's not like really throwing the water back. Where this one, it literally feels like I changed out the impeller, is like how I can best describe it, and gave me more grab in the back. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. You'll see maybe in the future, if I have a future video on it with an adjusted pop-off, I might make a quick comment on how it runs at a new pop-off pressure. But yeah, anyways, that's all I got on this thing for now. It's a load of fun, and have it back out on the water soon.